I am beyond over the moon. I mean, this has been such an incredible experience, and finally we get to, get it out there. It's been a year exactly now, and it's just very exciting. It was just we had so much fun doing this, and I loved working with everyone. I got to play a scene with every single character in the movie, so I felt very lucky. And just Rian is an angel, is a dream director. We all kind of like walked into the process kind of the same way. So we were finding along, the characters and how to play the scenes along the way. And we had a beautiful script, and all the characters are incredibly, rounded and perfect and very well written. It's funny for any audience, but it's also smart enough, and it has an underlayer of very serious matters that we are dealing with nowadays.
It's great. It's overwhelming, a little intimidating, but it really felt very comfortable right away. A lot of movies in between takes, people run back to their trailers, but on this job, everyone stayed on set and really connected.
You get a chance like this very rarely, so when you do, you just got to grab it with both hands. And I'm just just was incredibly fortunate to get cast in this and just to have as much fun as we did. I mean, it was a very funny script, and it was very funny to act in and very funny to work on. He's just a complete filmmaker, I think, and that he has the ability to come up with stuff like this. He then has a great eye for casting, as you can tell from the incredible cast, and he knows how to talk to actors. And it's a rare quality in a director to be able to direct so many people in a cast. I mean, people like Robert Altman and Hal Hartley had that kind of skill, and I kind of put him up there with those guys.
Well, it's pretty damn nice when you put your best stuff on the ball and send it across the net, and it comes back with more spin on it than you put on it. That's a fun day. I think they're going to be surprised. They're going to be surprised that they can't figure it out. They're going to be surprised about how funny it is, and they're going to be surprised about how they're going to walk out of there feeling uplifted. I'm in the movie, I read the script, and that's the way I felt when I saw it. And directors like Rian Johnson and this cast. It just doesn't happen very often. And to be a part of it is awesome. He's a writer-director, and so he has it so organized and so prepared that when we show up, he actually directs, and he says, I'm feeling you kind of right in here, and then we all sort of start falling in line, and the next thing you know, we've got a big scene. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I read the script. I haven't seen the movie. I read the script, and Ryan's a great writer, great director, and a great friend. He and Ron, the producer. So I'm just I'm a day player here. I shouldn't even be on the line. I can say that they're the nicest people, most supportive people. My two scenes have to do with all of them, and they're all just so supportive and so nice. It's kind of disgusting.
Just prepare for a lot of twists and turns, and even though it appears like this really fun movie, there's a lot of heart underneath it, and it's about this crazy family and what happens when they're stripped of what defines them, their money.
Well, I wanted a very specific, there's a beautiful jewelry company called Verdura, which is an old school, elegant jewelry company. And I sort of cornered the entire outfit with the gold bracelet with the stacked on the watch, which is a Verdura chain bracelet, which is just a very specific, from that, everything. I can tell you they will have a good time. It's a world where it's a very hard time to feel like we're having a good time anywhere. And I was very happy to be a part of something that is just genuinely, first of all, great movie. You will never figure out what's happening, and the puzzle pieces will come together in that really delightful way where you're like, I know, I've got this, and then you don't have it. And I think there's a time for that, and it may just be that it's the time for it here today.
When you make a film, when you do a project, you're not always sure how it's going to resonate. But making this, it felt really special and it was really fun. So to see that people have responded to it in the way that they have is so thrilling and so lovely. And it's something that you always want as an actor. And everyone really is so talented, from Rian, who wrote and directed this. It's an original script, to, the producers, and obviously to the incredible cast. Everyone really brought something so special and really cared about it. So to be, working with these kind of people for 6 weeks, it was just so much fun, and just a real privilege. For me, I think what's so striking is that this is a genre that is so classic and that so many people know or have watched or think that they know, and yet for me this film is so fresh, and I think that's a real credit to Rian, who again wrote and directed this, and it really does feel like an original and a breath of fresh air into this classic ageless genre.
Yeah, it was pretty dreamy. I mean, I was working with people that I've admired ever since I was a very young person, people I grew up watching. So it was really trippy to meet Frank Oz. I'll never forget that. And Jamie and Don, everybody, are just really special people. Well, I think it's very unique. I mean, even though he's presenting a genre that we're all familiar with, it's kind of an older genre, and it hasn't really been tapped into. A lot of times when people do films like this, they go back and remake Murder on the Orient Express or something like that. And this is actually, even though it's an homage to the older films, it's also its own thing, which is pretty cool.
I mean, for me, this is a movie that's made to be seen with a big crowd. It's got hopefully a lot of laughs in it. It's got twists and turns. It's made to be a big collective fun experience. So it makes me so happy the audiences are having a good time watching it. It makes my job so easy when you have a cast like this, when literally every single person who comes on screen, you're like, oh my God, it's that person. It just makes it work a joy. Jenny Egan, who's our costume designer, really dug into it. You can't beat Chris Evans in a sweater. Chris Evans in those sweaters. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to beat. That's tough to beat. It's kind of a straight-up Agatha Christie style whodunit, but it's an original story and it's set in 2019 America. It's modern day, and that gives it kind of a slightly new flavor. So I hope the crowd in here is going to have a blast.